What's going on, guys? I just got done. Well, I can't say I just got done watching it. I watched it last night. The American Horror Story, season 10, episode 4, I believe this was. I'm not sure about the name, but it'll be in the title. I do apologize. Again, I've said it before in my videos. The computer does make a lot of racket. I don't know why, but there is a little bit of background noise for that, so I do apologize. Um, so again, this might be the last review I do for this episode or for this season, more than likely. Not because it's too bad. It has dropped off and gotten. It's not how I thought it really was going to go in the start. It seemed like it was going to be more a return to the creepy stuff, and now it's not really all that creepy anymore. It's just I don't know. It's still good though, better than some of the more recent seasons have been. But it's just turning out from being like great to just okay for me. But the cool part about this season is we do have a another half for this season with a whole different story. So if this one really turns out to flop, which I don't think it will, I think it'll probably just continue okay. At least I hope so. But we have a whole nother half of a season, a new story to look forward to, right? The aliens and that. I think Vanessa. I don't think she's gonna watch any. My girlfriend's not gonna watch any of this part with me, any of this half. But I do think that she'll watch the alien part because she's really interested in aliens and that. So I think she'll really like the next half and be interested in watching it. So let's go. I got a good bit of notes here. So in this episode, it's a backstory where we get to see the I'm so sorry. I've said it before. I'm so bad with names. The black girl, the military girl, the chemist. How she came to the town and started distributing the pills and all that. And we do get the backstory about, which I do like. It makes sense. The military is trying to get out of the soldiers' brains, like any kind of distraction or fear, and that's kind of how she discovered upon this pill thing. It is kind of a simple way to explain to you the even though I do like it, it's just fine. It's just a simple way. You just show the backstory instead of webbing the backstory into the current timeline. But at the same time, that can get a little bit messy. So it's fine. A backstory episode like this. I really wanted in the beginning, whenever she's mixing and making the pills, I wanted like a Breaking Bad style, like making montage. I was thinking we were gonna go there, but no, she just kind of see her mix it together. It was close. It was close, right? But not quite what the Breaking Bad meth montages were. This isn't anything about the episode, but my goodness, watching this on Hulu was so frustrating. I would try to rewind stuff just to watch it again or just to hear it better or whatever, and it would start doing the pinwheel. My internet's not bad. It was just the app, and then sometimes it would whenever I'd rewind, it'd give me an ad again when I didn't need when I wasn't time for an ad yet, or it would start playing multiple layers of audio. Like I would hear audio from later in the episode or previously along with the current what I was watching. Very frustrating experience. Hulu on the iPhone needs an update. But anyway, it probably wouldn't do that if I upgraded to like Hulu Premium or something. It's probably what they're trying to get me to do. Anyway, there's always, as in the previous episode, some good funny dialogue in here. Whenever Macaulay Culkin, which I did, he's one of my favorite characters after watching this for sure. He's just pretty chill and seems like a cool guy. But whenever he's offered the pill and he becomes just her distributor, she goes, "You want to try one?" He goes, "Fuck no." And you expect him to be like, yeah, or whatever after the build up, and he's a drug addict and stuff, but he's, pretty smart, I guess. Fuck no. It's funny. They drop the F-bomb a lot. And more than in previous seasons, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, the comedy and the dialogue and the humor is pretty on point. It makes me chuckle or rewind it, at least to watch it again. Let's see. Oh, I was just thinking a side note again, not much to do with the episode. That's gotta be weird being Macaulay Culkin, right? Because I feel like everybody like watched Home Alone or knew of it as a kid, and then everybody working with him is like, oh yeah, I watched you in this as a kid. Probably almost everybody, I would think. It's just gotta be kind of weird being him, such an iconic actor. I just think that when he's filming scenes, I'm like, I'm sure it's gotta be weird for them, like seeing him as a kid and then acting with him. You know what I mean? So it was cool seeing how the woman with the eye. I know it's offensive. Maybe it's offensive to call her that. I'm just trying to describe you who I'm talking about because I'm bad with names. But the author, it was cool seeing her how she was kind of meek and all that before, and how she kind of transformed. Although I will say, I do wish that they had have kept her meek, kind of, or not meek, but not such a exuberant personality type that she is later on. That kind of personality is annoying to me, but I am a bigger fan of her character in the current timeline after seeing how she was before. Um, and that actress is really great, by the way, because usually it reminded me in this episode, oh yeah, usually she does play that kind of meek, timid role, and she has not been doing that for the first few episodes of this season, right? She's more confident in that, and she does that great as well. So yeah, she's a great OG cast member for sure. She's really awesome in her acting ability. So anyway, let's see. I got more notes about. I'm reading notes off my phone, by the way, that I took during the episode. I knew it was coming. I mean, it's very obvious. I knew it was coming that the husband was going to get eaten. I mean, it's just seen it from a mile away. Uh, yeah, whatever. I did not like the husband's character, not just because he was an asshole. I mean, obviously, I didn't like that he was an asshole. They put some homophobia in here with him, which is funny because most of the time they're pro, LGBT Q or whatever in American Horror Story, but they put a homophobic character in, which I don't remember that there's been one before, probably so, but it was funny hearing him say, what did he say? I don't want to do something totally gay like watch the sunset with you. Just more funny dialogue. But they made his character way over the top of an asshole. Like, you can be an unlikable character, but also be human, Like, I know that there's guys out here or girls or whatever, people out here like that exist. But it just felt like they were way overselling it, like with him, like, oh, I went out and fucked 2 girls on the beach just last night. It's like, really? Really? But it was just like, he was just way too over the top asshole. I'm surprised he didn't lay in and start like beating her, I'm really surprised they didn't go that way. But I wish they had have kept him humanized a little bit more and maybe even make you feel bad whenever he gets eaten just a little bit, right? I don't know. But yeah, he was just too much one note of a character for me. And she was almost a little bit too sad and meek as well in some points. I wish they kind of built both of them up in different ways a little bit so it wasn't so, I don't know, just they were like caricatures, just way over the top. But anyway, and then let's see. It was funny the scene whenever the eye lady does the drugs with Macaulay Culkin. If I'm saying the last name right, I don't know. But she, what was it? She took meth. Can you snort meth? That's just a note I had. I don't know. But she snorted something because she was asking for Coke, and it looked like Coke would be what she would snort, right? But I guess you can snort meth too. I don't know. But yeah, I like the Macaulay Culkin character. We see the Pale Walker character transformation. I wanted to see how this comes about, how the characters come about, the Pale Walkers, where they're just sitting in the middle of the street. They're really interesting, really creepy looking villains or monsters for the season. And we half-ass got it. I did not really care for it, We see him lose his hair, and that was pretty much it, I think. I mean, the whole shoulder pad thing was so stupid. I don't know I didn't really notice if they all have the shoulder pads like that. I think so. But the one girl at the tattoo shop just sells him a coat. So it's not like he's actually disformed that way. His coat just looks like that, which was really lame. And then by the end of the episode, he's just, I want to know, like, why did they stand out there like that? I figured there was some story behind that. Maybe there still will be. But yeah, that was just really lame. He pretty much just went bald. And that was it. So maybe we'll get more for that, but that was pretty disappointing to me. I would have liked more. I made a note, this dumb asshole actually went and got a coat. I thought that was stupid whenever he's telling her, like, I'm getting sick, I'm getting cold chills, whatever, the Pale Walker guy, the guy who the pills go wrong for. And she's like, oh, you're probably just cold, go get a coat, just blowing him off. But he actually takes it serious. He's like, oh, yeah, maybe I just do need a better coat. Like, what? It was just a dumb way of writing him so they could explain away the coat and bring in the tattoo shop girl, the body dysmorphia girl, whatever, as well. It was just kind of dumb. I was like, what? Let's see. The husband, I thought it was really stupid when the husband looks at the book that she had wrote on her computer. And it's just, again, him just being an over-top asshole, I don't know, or the dialogue, which is bad, but he looks at it and he's just like, oh, there's no way you wrote this because it's actually good. You didn't even read, even if you just read a sentence, how can you determine it's good out of just one sentence? The more realistic thing would have been to say, there's no way you wrote this because nobody can write a fucking book in one night, that's why I'm saying they made him just so over the top and mean. It was so stupid to hear him say that. I was like, oh, what is this guy? Let's see. The glass breaking breaking the glass and slicing the throat was overdone twice in this episode. They could have done more of a kill variety. So the one-eyed girl breaks it and slices her husband's throat, and then later on the pale walker as well, like breaks a flower pot or something in the cemetery and slices somebody's throat. So it was just like, yeah, we just saw that. Like, could have thought of a more creative kill, I think, for that. And then let's see. I'm glad we didn't have to go through the teeth thing again. They skipped over it whenever the eye girl gets her teeth filed. I didn't want to see that again. That was absolutely horrible torture for me, the whole teeth filing thing. The black girl, her gun just materialized. I don't know if she drew it off of her hip or what, but damn, that was a fast draw. Whenever the pale walker comes to see her, she's like, just like it appeared. But yeah, it's not really a complaint. Maybe the gun was there and I just didn't see it. So we get Evan Peters as a tranny for his backstory in like the last 10 minutes or whatever. Evan Peters, man, he's an awesome, dedicated actor. You know, he's played so many different roles that are also different. It's got to be an awesome career to have, I would think, especially being pretty young. I think he's probably in his early 30s maybe. But yeah, he does the whole transgender makeup, and it's just funny. And there's funny dialogue here where he's like, "You're the ugliest woman I've ever seen." And that's coming from a man in drag makeup, and he's saying that he's the ugliest, so that was funny. They skip around with time, kind of. You got to listen to the dialogue to understand that time has passed in some of these scenes. One of the trannies at the table looked like Lady Gaga. I put that down. So Lady Gaga looks like a tranny, or the tranny just looks like Lady Gaga. I don't know. Let's see. I like it whenever Evan Peters and the one-eyed girl kind of team up and go into the house to eat and feed on the drag queens at the end. And the girl pulls out the gun and starts popping people. That was pretty brutal, pretty horrific. More horrific, I think, than just going in for another throat-eating kill. And it is realistic because no way even they're not super strong or super fast or something. So I like that they use the gun to dispatch the people. And, that way it's just not like they're just zooming around the room or something really fast or some crap or some dumb way where the people can't escape. One of them even ends up escaping. Which brings us to the last scene, I do believe. Whenever the jump scare in the graveyard, I didn't really like it because it's one of those scenes that's done for the audience and not really realistic to how it would actually happen. Because the only reason that guy snuck up behind her like that, way low, he would have had to crawl, was to get the audience, get us to feel the jump scare, because he could have just walked up, and just got like that. I don't know, but it was done for the audience, and because of that, I'm like, it didn't really get me. It's kind of pretty weak for that reason. So yeah, overall, I guess it would seem like I didn't really like the episode too much. Like I said, it was just okay. It's just not really leaning into the creepy stuff anymore, and I don't see that getting any better, right? So, definitely not the worst season. It just seems like it's just going to be okay. But like I said, this may be the last video I do for it, and then come back at the finale and revise. It's just kind of hard to recap once you get to the finale, recap the episodes that you missed and haven't reviewed. So I don't know. We'll see if we'll keep continuing the videos. But yeah. And I have to watch them late because I have to wait for it to get posted on Hulu, and hate watching them on Hulu. So that's my review for the episode. I don't usually give stuff out of 10, but if I had to give it out of 10, I'd give it about a 6, because like I said, there's good potential in the story, but they're just kind of, I don't know, not really, just kind of letting loose with it just a bit for me. So yeah, hopefully it gets better. It was a nice break from the other storyline, which was getting a little bit kind of repetitive, I feel like, between episode 2 and 3. So yeah, don't want to keep repeating myself, but we'll just see how it goes for the rest of the season. So anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode and this season overall. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.